Now welcome to the stage, Mr. Larry Martin.
Well, I hopped aboard a southbound freight, hid behind a packing crate, settled back, catch me 40 wings. Started thinking about my goodbye note, worried about the words I wrote, and wondering what that woman's gonna think. She'd have made a darn good wife, had me working 9 to 5. That's what made this rambling feeling grow. Freezing beneath an old tin hat ain't exactly where it's all at when the sun is shining bright in Mexico. So wine, you whistle wine, keep moving me on further down the line. There's a memory trying to catch up with my mind. Sleeping never hurt before, but something's right outside that door that calls my name every mile of track. This lonely feeling deep inside is making it so hard to ride. Now and then I catch me looking back. So wine, you whistle wine, keep moving me on further down the line. Wine, you whistle wine, there's a memory trying to catch up with my mind. There's a memory trying to catch up with my mind. Thank you. Boxcar in a little old Texas town, and the railroad yard where I grew up was where the hobos hung around. My daddy was a railroad man, he rode on till he died, and I'd like to live like my daddy did, but there's no more trains to ride, no more trains to ride, no more trains to ride. I'd like to live like my daddy did, but there's no more trains to ride. Well, I learned to play on this old guitar, and I just strum along to Hobo Bill and a Rambling Man. They were good old country songs. Hobo Bill was a railroad bum, he rode on till he died, and I'd like to live like Hobo Bill, but there's no more trains to ride, no more trains to ride, no more trains to ride. I'd like to live like Billy did, but there's no more trains to ride. No more trains to ride, no more trains to ride. I'd like to live like my daddy did, but there's no more trains to ride.
Thank you. Good evening and welcome to the second half of the show. How's everybody doing tonight? Wonderful. Y'all enjoyed the first half so far? Good. Thank you. We have anybody here from Louisiana? No. We won't do that one. All right, we'll do it anyway. Pretty little Cajun queen, sweet Dixie flower, the belle of the bayou, you're every young man's dream. Adelida, I'd walk through a hurricane to stand beside you, sweet Adelida, I'd swim the poncha train. Oh no, here you coming down that road, with your cotton dresses swishing, you get some attention from all the boys in Thibodeau. Oh my, really filling up their eyes, smiling and a winking, I know what they're thinking, but I'm the only one who loves you so. Adelida, pretty little Cajun queen, sweet Dixie flower, the belle of the bayou, you're every young man's dream. I'd walk through a hurricane to stand beside you, sweet Adelida, I'd swim the poncha train. Little dish, I know that you can tell it. You're making me so jealous from my head down to my toe. Oh me, you can make a redneck green. Way that you're looking, you got me a cooking, and I ain't talking about hey-to-fay. Adelida, pretty little Cajun queen, sweet Dixie flower, the belle of the bayou, you're every young man's dream. I'd walk through a hurricane to stand beside you, sweet Adelida, I'd swim the poncha train. To stand beside you, sweet Adelida, just to stand beside my sweet Adelida. To stand beside my sweet Adelida, I'd swim the poncha train. How about this band, ladies and gentlemen? Aren't they great? Well, most people, I say most people, I think most everybody, when they come to see Boxcar Willie, they come to hear train songs. Wouldn't you agree? And so Dad doesn't do many Christmas songs because people just didn't come to hear him sing Jingle Bells. But those same people don't know me. And but I'm not going to do Jingle Bells either. I've got another song. And this is an old Buck Owens tune, and we get a kick out of it. Hope that you enjoy it. Santa looked a lot like Daddy. Daddy looked a lot like him. It's not the way I had him pictured. Santa was much too thin. He didn't come down the chimney, so Mama must have let him in. Santa looked a lot like Daddy, and Daddy looked a lot like him. I guess they thought I was sleeping. They thought that I was tucked in bed. They never dreamed I'd come a-peeping, or that I'd hear what was said. Santa put his arms around Mama, Mama put her arms around him. So if Santa Claus ain't Daddy, then I'm gonna tell on them. Well, Santa looked a lot like Daddy, Daddy looked a lot like him. not the way I had him pictured. Santa was much too thin. He didn't come down the chimney, so Mama must have let him in. Well, Santa looked a lot like Daddy, and Daddy looked a lot like him. I never saw Dancer or Prancer, never heard the sleigh bells ring. I never saw the red-nosed reindeer like they showed on the TV screen. But he sure brought us a lot of presents. Santa Claus he must have been. Well, he sure looked a lot like Daddy, and Daddy looked a lot like him. Well, Santa looked a lot like Daddy, Daddy looked a lot like him. It's not the way I had him pictured. Santa was much too thin. He didn't come down the chimney, Mama must have let him in. Santa looked a lot like Daddy, my Daddy looks a lot like him.
Thank you.
Thank you. You know, ladies and gentlemen, my favorite entertainer, ever since I was about 7 years old, knee-high to a grasshopper, as my dad would say, my favorite entertainer has been Elvis Presley. And in 1956, Elvis recorded a love song that went on to become one of the most recorded love songs in history. And it also happens to be my favorite love song that Elvis ever did. And so tonight, I would like to turn back the clock to 1956 and do you that same love song. You want another one? But this is a beautiful love song. It's not starting out that way, is it? You made me blush. But it goes like this. Remember that? 29 pictures like that. But see if you recognize this one. Well, it's a 1 for the money, 2 for the show, 3 to get ready. Now go, can't go, don't you step on my blue suede shoe. Well, you can do anything but stay off of my blue suede shoe. Well, you can knock me down, step in my face, slander my name all over the place. Do anything that you want to do. Honey, lay off of my shoes and don't you step on my blue suede shoe. Well, you can do anything but stay off of my blue suede shoe. Car, drink my liquor from an old fruit jar. Do anything that you want to do. Honey, lay off of my shoes and don't you step on my blue suede shoe. Well, you can do anything to stay off of my blue suede shoe. Here we go. Well, it's a blue suede shoe, baby. Blue shoe, honey. Blue suede. Well, you can do anything to stay off of my blue suede shoe.
Thank you very much.
How about that? Good job. Got your breath back yet? Now you know what killed Elvis. Them girls didn't scream and holler like that when I was up here. How about me doing one with you?
I'm ready if you are.
All right. Here's one I recorded with Hank Williams Jr.
I'm not shaking.
You gonna do the shaking? I won't be able to. It's called Bad Case of Rambling in My Shoe.
My daddy told me stories about the winos and the freight trains. Mama never wanted me to know
That I had spent my younger days sleeping in a boxcar. Never wanted you to know that I was a hobo.
Never wanted me to know he was a hobo. Now Mama was a Christian and she always read the Bible.
Methodist.
Told me all the things that I shouldn't do.
But you had railroad fever and gambling in your fingers and a bad case of rambling in them shoes.
I had a bad case of rambling in my shoes. So I caught a southern bound in Detroit City.
And you rode it all the way to Baton Rouge.
I met up with a man called Boxcar Willie.
You got your first taste of stew.
So I played every song of Jimmy Rogers.
And we sang every one of old Hank's too. Now every time we hear that lonesome whistle, get a bad case of rambling in our shoe. Get a bad case of rambling in our shoe.
I caught a southern bound in Detroit City.
And you rode it all the way to Baton Rouge.
I met up with a man called Boxcar Willie.
And you got your first taste of stew.
I played every song of Jimmy Rogers.
And we sang every one of old Hank's too. Now every time we hear that lonesome whistle, you pushing it, kid. Get a bad case of rambling in our shoe. Get a bad case of rambling in our shoe. Whoa, my bambino. They want you to do another one. I'm getting old. I'll just sit back here and watch. Might steal my show.
Told your mother to hold her water. You liked that one, didn't you?
It's not ready because I'm blushing. I wrote a song, thank you, Bert, a few years ago. It's a gospel song that I'm very proud of, and it's come to mean a whole lot to me here in the last couple of years. And I'd like to do it for you. I hope that you enjoy it too. It's called Oh, How I Love Jesus.
Oh, how I love Jesus. Oh, how I love him so. Oh, how I love Jesus. God the Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost. Well, I know there's times in your life when things just don't seem right, but I know of a book that has the answers, and it's written in black and white. It's a big book, little book, thick book, skinny book, all telling the same thing about right and wrong, love and hate, making you want to say, oh, how I love Jesus. Oh, how I love him so. Oh, how I love Jesus. God the Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost. I know there's times in your life when things just seem real tough, but if you believe, then you'll soon see He's the one who's been picking you up. You just got to remember that long ago someone died for your sin. Take out that book, open it up and pray, Lord, please let me in. And you gotta think, oh, how I love Jesus. Oh, how I love him so. Oh, how I love Jesus. God the Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost. God the Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Larry, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Good job. Take a bow.